Hi first graders, today we are going to be jumping into Chapter 2, Lesson 1. Here's what you're going to need. You will need your GoMath book, and you will also need your pencil. Once you have these materials ready, then we can get into it.
Here is our I can statement for this lesson. It says, I can use pictures to show taking from and find differences. That means we're going to be doing lots of subtraction problems throughout this lesson that show taking from, and we're also going to be finding differences. Differences are the answers that we get when we do a subtraction problem. And the whole entire lesson, we are going to be using pictures and drawings to help us out. Let's turn to page 51 in our math books. At the top it says Vocabulary Builder. Sort the review words from the box. We are going to be sorting these words in that yellow box that says review words. Each phrase or pair of words matches with either subtraction or addition. For subtraction, I noticed that the words take apart mean that we are going to be subtracting. So let's add the words take apart in our subtraction circle. So let's write that on our line here, and then we can cross it off our list. Next, another phrase that I see that matches with subtraction is take from. So let's also write take from in that circle because it matches with subtraction. Next, we're looking at addition. For addition, we see we only have two options left. So the first phrase that I see from the ones we have left is add to. When we see the phrase add to, that means we're going to be using addition. Next is put together. Put together means you're going to be adding a few numbers. Next, let's take a look at the bottom half of the page. The directions say circle the part you take from the group, then cross it out. We see we have 5 oranges and 2 are eaten. So we're going to circle the part that we're going to take from the group, and then we're going to cross it out. 2 of them are eaten, so we're circling and crossing out 2 oranges. Now let's look at number 2. Number 2 shows us 4 balloons and 3 fly away. So we're going to circle 3 balloons because 3 of them are flying away and cross out those 3 balloons that are flying away. Let's take a look at number 3. Number 3 shows us 3 toy cars, but 1 rolls away. Since 1 rolls away, we'll circle it, and then we'll cross it out because it is rolling away. That means it is gone. Now that we have finished with this page, it's time to move on. Turn to page 53. Page 53 says, listen and draw. Draw to show taking from. Write how many there are now. Listen to the following math story. There are 5 children in the sandbox. 2 walk away. How many children are in the sandbox now? What should we draw in the sandbox? We should draw 5 children because there are 5 children to start with in the sandbox. So we're going to use stick figures to draw 5 children. So here's 1, here's 2, now here's 3 children, four children, Now there is 5 children. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children in the sandbox. Thinking back to our math story, how many children walk away? Remember that 2 children walk away. So let's circle 2, and then we'll cross out those 2 children. Thinking back again to our math story, we know that the question was, how many children are in the sandbox now? So now we're going to see how many children are left. If we count the number of children left in the sandbox, we see that there are 3 children now. So let's write that number 3 on the line on the bottom. And say this sentence with me. There are only 3 children in the sandbox. Now let's turn to page 54. At the top, it says Model and Draw. There are 4 cats in the whole group. And we see that there are, in fact, 4 cats all together. But notice, how many cats walk away? 1 cat walks away. How do we know? Because it's going the other way. That means that we are going to need to trace that circle around the 1 cat that's walking away, and then also tracing the lines to cross it out. Now that 1 cat has walked away, there are 3 cats now. So let's trace that number 3 as well. Let's take a look at the next part. It says share and show. Circle the part you are taking from the group. Then cross it out. Write how many there are now. Looking at number 1, it says there are 6 bugs and 2 bugs fly away. We have to find out how many bugs there are now. What we do know is that 2 bugs fly away. So let's circle 2 bugs. And then we're going to cross out those 2 bugs. Now we see that we have 4 bugs now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bugs now. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 says there are 3 dogs. 1 dog walks away. Now we have to figure out how many dogs there are now. 1 dog walks away, so we'll circle and cross out that 1 dog. And let's see how many we have left. Now there are 2 dogs, so let's write 2 dogs now. Now let's turn to page 55. Page 55 says, on your own. At the top of page 55, here are the directions. Circle the part you are taking from the group. Then cross it out. Write how many there are now. If you look at the first one on number 3, you'll notice that there are some chicks walking away. So you'll circle that group and cross it out. And you'll do the same for the ducks. On number 5 and number 6, those are a little bit different. Number 5 is a word problem. So you're going to read about Ellie and Sarah and solve that word problem. For number 6 says, choose numbers to complete the story. Write the numbers, then draw to show the problem. So you're going to be creating your own story here. So you'll write the number of worms that wiggle away, and then there are 3 worms now. So your job is to figure out what math story would make sense so that there are 3 worms left at the end. As always, try your very best, first graders. This is the page that you're going to be taking a picture of when you finish it. You can do it. I believe in you.
Great job, first graders, on Chapter 2, Lesson 1. Today you learned all about how to use pictures to show taking from and finding the difference in our subtraction problems. Don't forget to take a picture of your page so that Ms. Rodriguez and I can see what an awesome job you all did. So with that, I will see you all later. Bye!